Former Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, a strong advocate of women's empowerment, once stated, "To awaken the people, it is the women who must be awakened. Once she is on the move, the family moves, the village moves, the nation moves." Throughout history, societies have been built on the foundation of labor, wisdom, and resilience. But at the core of every thriving civilization lies one undeniable truth: the strength and empowerment of women determine the progress of nations. Jawaharlal Nehru's words are not just a statement. They are a call to action, a guiding philosophy that underscores the importance of uplifting women to create a ripple effect in families, communities, and entire nations. When Nehru made this declaration, India was undergoing one of the most significant transitions in its history: the shift from colonial subjugation to independence. The country was in turmoil, struggling to establish its identity amidst deep-rooted economic disparity, social hierarchies, and cultural traditions that often limited women's roles to the domestic sphere. In the aftermath of British rule, Nehru and other leaders recognized that true independence could not be achieved through political liberation alone. It required a transformation of thought and practice. Women had to be at the center of this change. The idea that women's empowerment catalyzes societal progress is neither new nor exclusive to India. Across the world, nations that have invested in women's education, health, and financial independence have seen dramatic improvements in economic growth, social stability, and overall well-being. From Scandinavian countries leading the way in gender equality to grassroots movements in Africa advocating for female entrepreneurship, the evidence is clear: when women rise, societies flourish. But what makes Nehru's statement particularly powerful is its holistic approach. He didn't simply advocate for women's empowerment in isolation. He saw it as the key to uplifting entire communities and driving national development. His philosophy recognized an interconnected pattern. When women progress, they take their families with them. When families thrive, villages grow stronger. When villages advance, nations move forward. This documentary explores the transformative power of female empowerment, diving into its historical significance, the barriers that women have faced, and the breakthroughs that have reshaped societies. To understand Nehru's vision, we must first recognize the fundamental role women play in shaping families and societies. Unlike economic theories or political ideologies, which often assume a top-down approach to development, women's empowerment operates from the ground up, meaning that change starts at the most fundamental level, the home. In many households around the world, women are the primary caregivers, educators, and managers of family resources. They ensure children receive proper nutrition, impart cultural knowledge, and often serve as informal mediators in conflicts. Their influence is profound, but historically, their contributions have been undervalued or dismissed as secondary to men's roles in governance, labor, and economics. Yet, research shows that societies that uplift women experience tangible benefits. Educated mothers prioritize education for their children. Women entrepreneurs drive local and national economic growth. When women control healthcare decisions, mortality rates decline. Female participation in governance leads to inclusive policies. These outcomes demonstrate that women's empowerment is not just a moral obligation, it is an economic and social necessity. While today's world sees growing strides in gender equality, the journey has not been easy. Women across cultures have faced systemic oppression, cultural constraints, and legislative roadblocks that have historically hindered their ability to participate in society fully. For centuries, formal education was reserved for men, particularly in traditional societies where women were expected to focus on domestic duties. In India, colonial policies and conservative social structures left millions of girls illiterate, preventing them from accessing opportunities that could reshape their futures. Nehru understood that education was the single most transformative tool for empowering women. His leadership paved the way for initiatives that emphasized female literacy, ensuring that young girls could pursue academic and professional careers. Without financial independence, women remained trapped in cycles of dependency, unable to make decisions for themselves or their families. In rural areas, where men controlled land ownership and employment, women had little say in their financial security. However, grassroots movements and microfinance programs started changing this dynamic. In the 1990s, the rise of self-help groups in India demonstrated how empowering women with financial tools could revolutionize communities. Women began owning businesses, managing assets, and leading economic initiatives that directly improved livelihoods and local economies. Throughout history, women have been systematically excluded from governance and leadership roles, reinforcing their limited participation in decision-making processes. Even in countries with democracies, female leaders have had to fight against institutional barriers to secure their positions. Nehru actively advocated for women's inclusion in Indian politics, ensuring they had legislative representation to craft policies that addressed their needs. Today, India continues to witness the rise of female leaders, proving that Nehru's vision remains as relevant as ever. The most compelling evidence of Nehru's vision lies in the real-life stories of women who have changed their communities and nations. Malala Yousafzai, although from Pakistan, Malala's fight for girls' education perfectly aligns with Nehru's ideology. Her advocacy has resulted in global awareness, policy changes, and education funding for girls worldwide, proving that an empowered woman can create a movement that transcends borders. In Kerala, women-run farming cooperatives have revolutionized agriculture and sustainable living. These women, once dependent on male decision-makers, now lead markets, control resources, and educate their daughters in financial literacy. India's first female Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi, shattered expectations and proved that women belong in politics. Despite resistance, her leadership led to economic reforms, diplomatic strength, and social progress. Each of these stories reflects Nehru's vision in tangible ways, proving that empowerment is not just theoretical, it is transformative. While significant progress has been made, true equality is still a work in progress. Many women across the world still face oppression, gender-based violence, and economic barriers, proving that Nehru's statement remains a call to action rather than a statement of accomplishment. As we move forward, we must encourage education for girls and women at all levels, support female entrepreneurship to achieve economic autonomy, ensure political representation so women shape policies for future generations, challenge harmful traditions that limit women's growth. By awakening women, we awaken nations. The impact of empowerment is multi-generational, global, and essential for a just society. And as Nehru so powerfully stated, the movement of one woman creates the movement of the world.